a €450 gimbal.
I was just about to go with mine as well. This is the worst thing I've ever bought as well.
It has been in my cupboard right there since I bought it 3 years ago. I used it twice and I was like, fuck this. Wait, it's the DJI RCS2 or something it is.
And Jen's got the same one as well.
The Osmo, is it?
I think it's the DJI Osmo. Yeah. And oh my God, it just be swinging around the place. I don't know what's going on.
So funny.
Hey, I'm Jay Woodard. I am a creative director, photographer and videographer of the Ed32 agency based in the south of Ireland in Cork.
Hi, I'm Judy Russell. I'm a video coach and founder of the Vid Academy.
Hi, I'm Jen Bryan and I'm the co-founder and chief marketing officer of a digital marketing agency called Velocity Growth.
Hi, I'm Sian Horn. I'm a business mentor and coach. I'm also the founder of the national network for women in business called The Club. And I also am the ambassador for Champion Green.
Guys, welcome back to Unbranded podcast, where we talk about everything marketing and business. We usually give out about a lot. It's mainly us giving out. So episode 14, which is crazy. I'm really enjoying this. I don't know about you, but I really am enjoying this. And we're getting great feedback, which is amazing to hear. And thank you everyone who's rated and reviewed us and all that kind of stuff. A massive chunk of people who listen to us are not subscribed. So please subscribe. YouTube, watch us. We're hilarious. We're good looking. We have it all, So make sure to subscribe. This week we're talking all things tech and hardware tech, because it's just something we all use in our day-to-day and something we overlook, and sometimes it can be quite daunting. I had a friend of mine reach out to me and say, hey, I'm looking to get a new phone. What do you recommend? And I was like, Jesus, what do you actually use the phone for? Like, what's the plan with it? What are you doing? And he was like, I just want a phone, man. Where I was like, what are the specs? What do you need this for? And like, I just want a good phone, man.
Nokia 32.7 all the way.
Oh my God, what a phone. Like, I saw a meme last week, was like a Nokia in a protective case. And it's like, the protective case is to protect the ground from the Nokia falling. I was like, it's so true. But so I'm going to start with you, Shan. Instead of highlight of the week on tech, give us a breakdown of your day-to-day tech that you use every day. Laptop, your microphone for the podcast, like you use headphones, that kind of stuff. So take it away.
Okay. Oh my God. Like, I have everything out today. So I'm like, so obviously the biggest thing that I use every day is my iPhone. I'm an iPhone user and lover. I treated myself to the new iPhone 15 Pro Max this week because I hit 10,000 on Instagram. So that was my treat to myself. I love to reward myself with material shit. So I got it for myself. And then I couldn't live without my Mac. Like, everything in the house is connected. I mean, I'm completely Apple's dream. Like, so my Mac, I can't live without. And then I suppose the third thing that I can't live without is battery packs, to be honest. Like, I always talk about them to people. I have loads of them because I spend a lot of time on the road. There's nothing worse than running out of battery. So I have like amazing ones and I have crappy ones, and they all come with me.
What phone did you have before the 15?
I thought I had the 13, but I had the 11. We discovered that on episode 6.
The battery difference in the 14 and 15 is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, you'll see that the battery life is so good in the 14. Like, I have the 14 Pro Max. And battery life, I could last a day and a half without charging. Like, I have a full day. I've been working all day. I actually did a shoot on my phone, and I'm still at 51%.
Wow,
nice.
So they're beasts. Like,
okay, looking forward to that. I do have AirPods, but do you know what? I don't use them. I don't use headphones at the moment. I just find they cause more problems than they're more of a hindrance to me. So I don't use them. However, I am on the lookout for a good pair of headphones, but they have to be able to turn and twist, because obviously with my DJing, I have to get that style. So that's next on my list. I have loads of other tech that I use. Obviously, other microphones that I use are the Rode. When I'm out on the road, if I'm interviewing people, I love them because you can pop them in and you've got your microphone and you're ready to go. But there's also cheap ones that I bought that I like these little wireless ones off Amazon. They were €20 and they work great.
They connect to your phone Is it? Or Bluetooth or what's the
Yeah,
crap?
there's just a little tiny adapter that sticks into your phone.
The charging port.
Like really small. I see a lot of people using those at the moment, actually, on social media. And my microphone, I'll let Judie tell you about because I literally just copied her. And the only other thing I suppose that I can't live without is lighting, but not always. But we just actually spent some time getting my lighting, changing my lighting because I had one ring light. And with glasses, ring lights are really crap. But I love that this one that just attaches to my phone. It's a Neewer, Neewer. And quite often, to be honest, when I'm doing a lot of try-ons and stuff, I'll use this instead of a ring light.
How much you pay for that?
€35.
Amazon?
Amazon.
Yeah.
The Neewer is great brand. Yeah.
Yeah, they are good. I wish you could get them. I wish you could get them local, but you can't get these local at the moment. I have suggested them to a couple of shops to start stocking them because
they're too expensive for people to stock. You see, they're high enough brand, like they'd be one of the top range brands, like.
Yeah. So so there's lots, bits and bobs, but and then as I said, my mic here, I'll let Judie tell you about because I bought it just because Judie told me to, which is most of my kit, to be honest.
So segue into Judie.
Yeah.
Well, I bought it because another guy told me to buy it. But I suppose, like, what I love about these mics is that, you know, most mics that we have as videographers are condenser mics. So these studio-based ones are dynamic. So it's based on the air that's going into the mic. So it doesn't pick up any of the other weird stuff that's happening in the room. You have to be close to it. So it's in the shot, which I used to like before. I thought it was kind of like, you know, I used to think it was pretentious to have a mic in the shot. I was like, keep your mic out of shot, you know, but that's from being trained in TV land where you'd never see a mic kind of thing. So now it's like, oh, this is kind of cool. My little friend that I just speak into. But like I am in the Apple ecosystem, but like, lads, I cannot tell you how easy it is when you've got Mac as your computer and Apple iPhone. Firstly, AirDrop, like I AirDrop all day long. Secondly, screen mirroring. Like I just did a workshop this morning. Half of it was showing people how to do stuff on CapCut. Prior to the kind of this ease of use, I used to have to cable in, try to use a separate software to share my screen. Now it's like, drop down the top right menu, press screen share, and there's my phone. See what I'm doing? Like it's just extraordinarily easy that I know I'll never go back to anything else really because of this, and it keeps getting easier and better. But like I have, like I could talk about gear all day, but if I'm talking to people, I'm like, get a Rode SmartLav microphone, just a little plug-in one for 50 quid, and get a cheap tripod that goes above 6 feet. So whoever you're filming, you can get to eye level with them. I think those two things are probably the most important, and light as well, Jay, of course, but natural light. Now we're getting. Did you notice today, by the way, like it was still bright? Like I don't know, I left somewhere at 5:30 and I was expecting pitch darkness, and I was like, oh my God! It
was still bright the 20 minutes we were waiting for you to get on the podcast.
I was really late today, lads. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. So
and I thought it must have still been dark, and you couldn't find your way home, Judie.
What phone are you shooting on, Judie?
I'm still 14 Pro Max, purely because I have a 12, a 13, and a 14. So I'm like, sell the 12 and the 13 to purchase the 15. Stop hoarding phones. But I hate selling things online. Love buying things, hate selling them. So I've got my mom to do my done deals for me, and I've printed her out a list of what she has to say, and I'm like, you handle that. I can't do it.
EX or Sex, whatever they put out in town. Yes. They're not bad deals. They're quite.
Really?
They give good cash prices. They're not the best, but like if you need cash in your phone, you get it that day, like, you know.
Nice. Okay, let me check it out.
You go done deal, drop it in. They'll say come back in an hour. They have to test it, and then it's cash.
Nice.
Jen, you have an interesting one because it's interesting to see the style of your videos where I wouldn't say they're massively overproduced. It's a phone with a ring light kind of scenario. Can you break down your gear for like your video shoots you do and what you're talking about, the roads and all that kind of stuff?
It depends on what I have in front of me on any given day, to be honest. Speaking of hoarding, though, Judie, I thought you'd appreciate this bad boy.
Nice. Vintage.
It's a nice little iPod classic.
People who can't see it. Yeah.
iPod Classic, not even touch. It's actually the click dial. A solid 30. Oh, this one's an 80 gigabytes. Actually, I'm a bit of a hoarder. I hold on to
worth
it.
money these days. Have you looked into it?
It's working perfectly. Now, it only comes out on like a really teenage angst kind of day because I did get it when I was 15. So,
a
lot of Avenged Sevenfold.
and like Misery Business and Paramore, like just all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of Bullet for My Valentine vibes on here.
Love it.
But yeah, I use
they're worth money, so check that out.
Yeah, I'm too much of a hoarder. I'll hold on to that one. But yeah, they're worth it. Like, I am one of these freaks who has like tech equipment going back years. Like, I still have like my Nintendo 64. Like, I still have like Sega Mega Drive, Sonic. Like, all the cases still have pound on them and stuff. Like the real old stuff.
Yeah.
But in terms of my equipment, so I'm using the iPhone 15 Pro, but I only got that in the last couple of months. Like, I think, Judie, you mentioned before you saw a visual improvement. I did not notice that. I just assume whatever is in front of me is fine. The other day I did a video on my Opal. I use an Opal C1 webcam. It's fantastic, but by the time I had imported it to Veed and then export it all over the place, it was really it was the first video for a while I'd been like, ugh, that was a dodgy one to put out. But I just got the Sony, I think it's the ZV-1 2 or something like that. And all of the videos that I've put up like this week or so, like in that kind of officey space, those were all filmed on that instead. So that's a slightly different camera that I'm just trying out for the first time. I use the DJI clip-on mic, similar to like the portable Rode mics when I'm filming now trying to do it. But to be honest, I thought my audio was kind of crapper on it than it was the previous times. Now, normally I actually will end up using this mic, or else I'll use the phone mic directly and then put it through an audio enhancer.
I find the DJI a small bit tinny.
Yeah, I was really dull in it or something.
Yeah, I have. I don't know if they work for you, but I have like filters you can use through Final Cut that kind of balance out and equalize it. So if you can look at like whatever editing software you have, just look at what audio filters they have and literally drag and drop on, and you'll see some difference in that.
Yeah, I'll have to try that out. I haven't quite cracked the code of using the camera and the audio because I have to clip it on and then I'm recording, then I'm syncing. So that's why I'm doing my batch record tomorrow for the first time. Normally I just do it day to day.
Do you have the wire that connects the base of the DJI into the camera?
I do, but in the settings, I accidentally did something and the mic is turned off. I actually just need to play with the camera and get it back in. But on the day I was recording, I was like, fuck this.
I was going to say as well, in that little, what would you call it, little dashboard or computer, you can bring the bass up and play with the treble as well, so you can bring that back, so your voice wouldn't be tinny. It's just playing with it. Yeah,
I'll definitely have to try that out.
But starting from scratch, Jen, like when you're shooting with a new camera like that, how adaptive was it for you just opening a camera, attaching a mic for like the general user who wouldn't be too camera savvy or this microphone savvy? Did you find it quite easy to?
That camera was pretty good, and it's like a touch screen. So, and the settings are in a ring around the outside, and it made plain as day sense. It was like, would you like your skin to look better? I was like, absolutely. Would you like, it was kind of clear. Like, I didn't go in messing with like shutter speed or like there is fancier settings that I'm sure I could use to make the camera better. But to be honest, I haven't. What I'd love to do someday is sit down with it, 2 hours, YouTube open, and just mess about with it and just kind of get into it. But I haven't done that run of it yet. I'm not the person who's going to open up the instructions. I'm the person who's going to open up YouTube and play with it for a while. But it's been intuitive enough so far. And then
asking how much it was? God,
I can't remember.
I think it's about 900.
I think it was 8.
Did that come with the lens or was it built on lens?
No, it's just built in.
Fixed.
Yeah, built in.
Fixed. Yeah.
And what were you using before that, Jen?
Just my iPhone.
So you've gone from using iPhone to camera?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason?
Only in the last week or so, mostly because I want to get really organized. So everything goes onto the SD card. The SD card transfers onto, and I have like my foldering system has all changed and I'm trying to sync up with it. I have like thousands of videos on my phone and I'm just so sick of trying to go back through. And like, for example, one of the girls on the team was like, oh, can we get that video for something else? And I was like, yeah, best of luck to you. Like, you can go find it, get an Instagram downloader. And they're like, we don't want the captions. I'm like, I can't find the original file anywhere. So best of luck. So I just need to get organized around it because I think there's more I can piece together with them afterwards, repurpose them. I need to chop out things like comment below to post them on TikTok. And there's just a few little tweaks that I need to do. And just, I want them to look a little bit better, trying to get them a little bit more slick. As I said before, like the video editing world isn't my world. I can throw my hand at it to throw out a video, but I'm by no means a videographer. So there's a learning curve there. But like all the rest of you, I'm in the Mac world. Everything Apple couldn't.
What computer do you have?
Without it. The MacBook Pro M1.
Same as me.
Yeah, the only thing that is going to make me want to throw this out a window is the M1 doesn't allow you to connect to two screens, but the M2 does. And that is wildly frustrating for me.
Yeah, it's frustrating, right? But if you have an iPad, you can share the screen while connected to another screen, no?
Yeah, I have the iPad as well, but it's just so small. So Shan, you'll remember even jumping in next to me when I was working in Click, or even Christian. It's like usually marketers will have three screens, 1, 2, 3. And they're the big like 24 to 27 inch screens. So you're kind of almost enclosed. And it's driving me up the wall, the one screen, to be honest. But I'm still like, you're so fast. You're so fast. It's working so fast. At the same breath.
You're on a laptop as well, Shannon. You're on MacBook?
I'm on, MacBook
Air.
Yeah, not Pro.
Are you going to upgrade soon?
No, I don't think I need to, because I don't really do any editing on my laptop. You know, I like we've said before, I stay within, really, I mean, Instagram is my main source of work and I stay within the app. So unless something changes, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for the moment, I would like to get more into the editing side, and I would like to get more into YouTube. And that might happen. I'm relaunching Bbell, which is, all about women and inspiring women to move more, etc. And actually that would sit really well on Bbell, on YouTube, sorry. So so it might come, but for the moment, I'm happy where I am.
Are you looking to elevate your marketing and social media? Our podcast is proudly sponsored by Azure Communications, who have the perfect solution for all of your marketing needs.
Whether you need digital marketing, content creation, print, design, or direct mail, they have the skills and expertise to help you improve your brand awareness and drive business growth.
Get in touch with them today for a free social media audit, or to find out more at www.azurecom.ie.
That's AZURECOMM.ie.
I don't know how in depth I should go with my gear. Like, do you want to know what lenses I work on? Like, obviously people are like, I don't care about that. But I'm like, I'm in the Mac ecosystem. I think it's phenomenally intuitive and like so handy. Everyone I work with around, like most of the creators in Take 9 are Macs or airdropping stuff to each other on files. So I have the MacBook Pro 16-inch M1 chip. iPhone 14 Pro Max. The only reason I jumped to 15 Pro Max would be for that action mode camera, the steady. That's the only reason. I don't need to right now, so like I'll keep it going for a while. My camera I use is a Sony a7 III. It's quite old. It's an older version of a lot of cameras, but it's still doing me well. I will upgrade in the next few months. I think my lights, the big lights I use are Godex. I get this little thing here from Amazon, just an LED. Like, if you're looking to buy lights for yourself and you want to light yourself, make sure it's LED. Don't kind of do any tungsten or that. Just make sure it's LED, because that is best for temperature of skin. Like, I can play with this now. I can make it white or whatever it is. And
you're gonna think this is a joke.
Well, no, it's that they're amazing ones. Fab. They're really, really good ones. Like those ones.
It's nice.
They look really good in video as well. What else?
If anyone's watching, it's one of those desktop lamps.
LED. They're classic.
Yeah, LED. Yeah.
This is this mic is, I think I paid €60 for this. Like, it's an Amazon brand. I can't remember what it was, but it's Q9. It's called. If you want to ask me more about it, I can find out the details. DM me, whatever it is. I want to get an iPad. I want to. I do want to join the people who like. I love pre-production, so like having an iPad for pre-production would be amazing. I think that or the DJI Osmo, which Shan, I think you should look at as well. I think you'd really like the DJI Osmo.
Okay.
It's like a 4K little tiny camera, gimbal, super simple to use. You flip it, so the screen is vertical. You can flip it up and it will shoot vertical. You can flip it down, it shoots normal. So Osmo, OSMO, it's about £500 or £600, and it's phenomenally good.
Do you know what, Jay? I meant to ask you. You have one of these as well. 1 second. The
Insta360s.
Yeah, but I have the older one.
But they're cool. Yeah, they're great.
They're great, but like 15 minutes and it's like, oh, okay, whatever.
This is it. I paid £400 or £500 for it, and I've used it maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
What do you use that for?
It's just an action camera. It's like a GoPro. So I was using
like
the GPS.
You can take this out. It's a little camera.
It's magnet. That was the beauty of that one.
You get like a little necklace with it, and you can like put it here and it'll magnet on, or like if this is metal there, so you can see it there.
Yeah.
I like that. Like that would be really useful to me when I'm doing content for traveling, because I do like, I've just been traveling Manchester and to get content, and obviously walking with your phone, people are like,
I think the Osmo would be better for you, Shan.
Yeah.
It's
really
it's phenomenal. Great. Yeah, it is really good.
And is it discreet though? Because my thing is, I sometimes feel a little bit conscious.
It's like half the size of your phone, so it'd be like that kind of thin. Do you know what I mean? Or like that kind of thin.
Yeah.
It comes with a microphone. It all syncs up, so you don't have to do anything with microphones if you want to do it. You can put it down and say "track me," and it will follow you as you walk. Like it's phenomenally good. Like.
Okay, I'm sold.
Yeah, it's a DJI Osmo. I'm gonna get it for the house tours I do. Like, I shoot them on a camera, but it's gonna be so much easier just handling this, and it's all 4K. It's a 1-inch sensor, so it's huge image quality. Like, it's really good.
And does the best photography shop in Cork sell them?
They do. Barker has them.
Barker has them. Okay, I'm off to Barker's.
Up to Paddy.
And if you want to borrow this for a few weeks and try it out, feel free to, because I don't use it that much.
Yeah, mine sits at my desk as well. You're welcome to try that as well if you want.
Perfect.
I think that's all the gear. Like, obviously, I have the DJIs. I like them a lot. I will go to the DJI's 2s, the new one, the Pro 2s, because there's a thing, I don't know if you've heard, is 30-bit sound. Have you heard about that? So, no. Shan, do you know if we're speaking on a microphone on the Rodes or the DJIs and you speak too loudly, it crackles or it goes too low?
Yeah.
That is now gone. You can shout to your heart's content into the microphone and it will never, ever crack. You can speak low and you can bring it up. Like, okay, the bass might be, the ground of the audio might be a bit hissy if you bring it up too far. But
I have to say, that's why I love the Rode mics that you clip these into, because that gets rid of that. When you're clipping these on, they can be a bit messy. But I use the handheld now really for most of my stuff because it just works better. And actually, it's fine for what I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah. But yeah, if anyone wants to, it's called the 30-bit float is what it's called. The DJ have it, the new Rode have it, and it's phenomenal. It's the next step in audio. Like there's no more peaking. There's no more peaking whatsoever, and it's fully controllable in the edit. Then it's class. Because like if you have an interview and there's 2 people talking and one gets too loud and goes like doesn't matter. You can just bring that bit down in editing and it still sounds amazing. Like
amazing.
Nice.
What other stuff do I have? I think that's it. I have a shit Toyota, if that's any good, but she's a beast. She's 300,000 kilometers, but she's still going like a tank. She's a beast of a car. Like, but yeah, I think that's all I have for now. With the cameras, the lenses I shoot at 24 to 70 and 85.
I feel like I should tell you as well that the mic that me and Judie use is the AM8. It's for streaming recording from FiFine, is it?
FiFine, yeah, and like the guy who I was actually doing another podcast. Lads, and this guy is just a reviewer, solely audio reviewer, like, and he mentioned this like 2 or 3 times. He basically said it's like the Shure MV7, but not metal. So, if you bash it and stuff like that, you'll hear sounds, but it has the same capsule on the inside and stuff. And they're like 500 or 600.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's basically the same ingredients. So get it. And I've never been so happy.
The Shure, the Shure, is it Rode? No, Shure. What was it? What's the microphone?
Now I make up
If you
the
were
one-
the name, but
It's the one.
I think it's the
all of
NV7.
It's the one like your Lex
Rogan.
Friedmans and those
Exactly.
use.
All,
Yeah, they use all of
Jordan
them. Yeah,
Peterson, they all use that one. Yeah.
yeah.
How much
Yeah,
that
yeah,
pays?
yeah.
How much do you pay for that one?
I think it's about
70, I think.
60 or 70 euro.
Yeah.
I'm
You'd recommend that
going to
for-
get another one actually for when because I had Rode bits and bobs for podcasting, but I'm like, actually, these are great and they're really good price.
Yeah.
So for traveling as well, they like the box is really light and you can move them around. I think they're great. I'm delighted with it.
Yeah, because I'm
Jen,
still
what-
using the Rode
Oh, yeah, I was
Pod
going to say,
mic.
you're going to break down can you break down the Rode setup you have?
Yeah, so I have the Rodecaster Pro here to my left, and that's hooked into my laptop, so the mic is connected with that. But then obviously when I'm on the road or if I'm going anywhere and I need to bring my microphone, obviously I can't bring the Rodecaster Pro with it as well. It'd look ridiculous with that much stuff. So I have like a little box that just is a connector, as in like what's the end of the cord called? The three
XLR?
pins, XLR, that's it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like an XLR to USB adapter with phantom power, just so that I can use this on the go. But actually, I think, and I'm only using the Rodecaster Pro because it's sitting there, but I actually think the little box I use makes the audio sound better than it does through the Rodecaster Pro. But I think I don't know if it's in my head or if sometimes I just get frustrated with that Rodecaster Pro. I bought it just before COVID because I had a few clients that were rolling into podcasts and we were going to do them all in person, and then that never panned out, and it's just been sitting on my desk using it for things like this since. And to be honest, it's great. I mean, like when I was in the office in Kerry with the kind of coloredy background when I was doing my videos, I was recording all of my audio from mic into that and then syncing it up afterwards. So that worked out great, but I don't want to be lugging it around, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it.
What I love about the Rodecaster Pro is it can sync to phones and you can take phone calls through it. So Bluetooth phone calls like podcasts and stuff.
Nice. Yeah.
If you're doing like a radio show, whatever you want to do it, or you can pop a little SD card in the back and record it all onto the SD card. It doesn't have to go through your laptop at all.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have a laptop at all. You can just press record on the system. Again, play with the treble and the balance for you on the bass. Just if you're not happy with the sound, I'd always recommend playing. And the problem with playing those, if you fuck it up and you're like, I have to go back, I can't find out.
Factory reset.
Yeah.
So tell me, Shan, dislike or what pissed you off about tech. It doesn't have to be this week. It could be any kind of tech that you've used or whatever.
This is like the worst thing I ever bought ever in my life. It's a Q3 smooth gimbal.
The gimbal.
Sorry, I laugh because I have never been able to use this shitty thing. I hate it beyond contempt. I've tried to sell it. If anybody wants one, you can have it. They're for free. I just went out of my house. The most awkward and glitchy gimbal I've ever seen in my life. Download the app, do this, do that. I actually took it over to Judie's house one day and she was like swinging it around going, oh, it should work. It should work. The biggest waste of money I ever bought. I think at the time I paid about 130 quid. I ended up going back in and just buying a stick, and I just held my phone in my hand. And it was so much easier, and it was 30 quid, and I love that. I'm actually on my third one of those. I love them.
I see your shitty gimbal, and I raise you a 450 euro gimbal.
I was just about to go with mine as well. This is the worst thing I've ever bought as well.
It has been in my cupboard right there since I bought it 3 years ago. I used it twice, and I was like, "Fuck this!" Wait, it's the DJI RCS2 or something. It is.
And Jen's got hers
same
ready
one.
as well.
The Osmo, is it?
I think it's the DJI Osmo. Yeah. And oh my God, it does be swinging around the place. I don't know what's going on.
So funny.
It
What we're learning from
wrecks my
this
head.
is DJI's
Don't
audio
bother.
is amazing. Gimbals. Do you know what it is? For me, it was the setup of the gimbal. It was so frustrating and so hard.
Look,
to
it's
set up.
going wild now and it's not even on. I can't even get it to go back in the bag.
Yeah. Judy, any DJI problems?
I you want to start me on problems? I got so many problems with tech. However, what I'm going to say is what pisses me off the most about tech is how easy it is now compared to how it used to be. Like, lads, I would have a simple video, like a few like interviews with some B-roll music underneath, whatever, 5 minutes, I would set it to export and it would come up and say like 17 hours remaining because I couldn't buy a computer at the time, but like computers weren't good at the time. So I had probably a good enough computer. So then 17 hours. So then I'd go to sleep and I'd set my alarm for 1 a.m. to wake up to make sure that something didn't happen in the middle of the night that stopped the thing. Like I've been through wars in the last 18 years making videos, and now it's like, oh, you just open CapCut and add in your A-roll and B-roll. I don't know if I'm like so grateful about it or if I'm like feeling like I'm scarred and all these people are starting out fresh and they've no idea what is kind of taken to get to here, you know? I just feel like I was a guinea pig.
Speaking of tech going leaps and bounds, we'll touch on it. I think Jen is hosting the AI week.
Yeah.
But Sora AI.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God. Have you seen this, Jen?
No, I've been on holiday for a week. Tell me all about it.
It's text to video. So you'll say old man eating an ice cream and it will give you a 4K video completely rendered by AI of an old man eating ice cream. Perfect. Nothing. Because like, it's hilarious. You see all these memes of like 2023 AI video and like their eye is over here and like they're going like the small bit. But this is just like, I don't fret for my job, but a lot of videographers who aren't creative will lose work.
I think motion graphic people are probably the first hit.
And stock as well, stock kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like SORA?
I think it's SORA. Yeah.
Yeah.
AI. I think you can go play with it and just play and see what you think. And
it's not launched publicly yet.
Oh, isn't it? Okay, it's still beta. Okay, so it's crazy. It is crazy. Like,
they're scared to release it outside of like, you know, before the election, especially because like,
they're good. Do you know what? This is a total side tangent, but the world of like blockchain and how like Web3 went to shit there in like 2021 and all of that. I personally think that there's going to be a huge place for all of the blockchain to come back here for people to authenticate AI. So like if a message goes out and it's you and it's AI, you can authenticate that you're either happy with it or that it is you or that this is a real video or not, because we're actually too close to the nerve now for things to be blended between real and not real. And I think that Web3 is going to make its comeback via authentication of AI versus reality.
Even the likes of celebrities now are like, have to protect themselves, their image, because like people can make short films and have Brad Pitt star in their short film. Do you know, and it's just, his voice, this whole thing, it's insane. Like,
and sorry, go ahead.
Go for it.
No, I was saying that I was messing around with the audio versions of those when they came out first, and I did this podcast episode where I had like Elon Musk and, you know, like people, and it was really good. But then I never, like, I was going to put it out in the wild as kind of like a, how funny is this? But then I was like, this is serious copyright issues. Actually, I'm actually just not going to do anything with this. It felt dodgy afterwards, but it was fun to make. And it was, you know, pretty easy to do, to be honest. And it's going to be the same way with video in the next 6 months.
My Sora AI is my teach me something this week in tech. So that's mine. Ha ha ha. Judie, do you have something to teach us?
What did I hear someone say? It was like, it's a tech tease. I thought that was a nice term that they were holding it because Google was releasing something about Gemini, I think the same week or something like that. And then like OpenAI were like, "Pachang, here's another tease that we've been holding in our back pocket." So I'm really excited actually to chat about that stuff more because I've become completely and totally obsessed with it in the last few weeks. But tech, what is it? A tip? I would say, see, I wasn't going to go software. I'm thinking hardware.
Go software if you want to, if you have software.
Well, software. Okay, the app that I've been like using at the most is 11 Labs because, as Jen was saying, like using Elon Musk's voice and stuff like that, I got it to clone my voice. And, you know, all I had to do was upload 5 good recordings, less than a minute long. And then now my voice sounds American. It sounds like me, but an American version. Someone who watched way too much Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
What character you have?
But yeah, I know. No, because Carol's got like a lint on her voice, you know, a different accent. but like I can just type in like, hi Jay, how are you doing? Generate. And within a few seconds, it's like, hi Jay, how are you doing? And it's not even like super computer generated. It does sound like a person, but just a weird version of me. Do you know that kind of way? So I cannot get over. Like, actually, I'm doing a voiceover for you soon, Jay.
Yeah.
Like in 6 months' time, you won't need me for a voiceover because you'll have an
Cloner.
even nicer Irish accent,
yeah.
or you can just clone me. Yeah,
Crazy. Shan?
I actually didn't think you had an American accent. I thought it was brilliant.
really.
Yeah, I did think it was. I think obviously it wasn't. You knew it wasn't you, but it was very close. I thought it was really good. My teach me, I suppose, actually would be to go backwards a little bit because I spent a lot of time on the road in the last couple of weeks. Been in a lot of art galleries in Manchester and Amsterdam, and all the galleries now have a place for AI and more tech related art. But it was amazing, especially in Manchester. I found yesterday going around the gallery, came up with some amazing ideas from history. Do you know what I mean? I think sometimes we just keep running forward, and actually by going around the gallery, all the new stuff was there, but actually looking at some of what used to go on, I was like, actually, do you know what? You could actually go backwards and recreate a lot of this stuff. So I suppose my teach me is we're here for the tech, and I am so here for the tech. It makes everybody's life much easier. But sometimes just stop and have a look how we were doing it 10, 20 years ago. Because like you said there, Judie, a little while ago, a lot of people are starting this now and they'll just think it's always been this easy, and it hasn't. And I think sometimes to go back, you actually come up with some really good ideas because, yeah, it's just good to look back sometimes. Not often, but sometimes, just something different.
Well, Shan, it's so interesting that you say that because I took the deep dive into AI, right? And like this was when I was kind of recovering from the operation and I was just in bed and I was just like on the computer all day long and I was like, AI. But then I was like, I actually need to balance this out. So I also, at the same time, became obsessed with Goddess Bridget or Saint Bridget. So on one hand, I was looking at these stories and then I was like, try to bring Bridget to life. But I totally get you. Like, there, you can't, I can't anyway, my brain can't go fully into it because I'll just be impossible to speak to. So I had to kind of balance it out with something historic and something that was rooted in storytelling and stuff like that. So fascinating, amazing, cool.
Jen?
I'm going to go with the only product that I'm currently on a wait list for. That's how much I want it. So I'll see if I can actually share my screen here even with it. So this is the Rabbit or One. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
It is pretty cool. It is essentially like this small square device, and it just has this like one scrolling button on it. There's a little camera in the top right hand corner, and I think there's one on the back as well. But it completely operates off of voice interface. So it uses AI entirely. So it's a personalized operating system that you use through natural language. So you could be like asking it questions. It's a search and everything. You just don't have any apps. You have nothing on it. It's just all works through voice interface. So it's a pretty cool little gadget, I guess you would call it.
So you would
just
say,
be interesting.
You'd hold that and you'll say, hey, I need to find out where the next McDonald's is, or give me the breakdown of the 5 moods of depression, or like something like that, or what's the cracker?
All of the above.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
With GPS, everything like.
Yeah, everything. They're gonna like the best thing about this is that like you'll get pushed through the updates and everything else. I assume it'll be no time before it'll be like order me an Uber, do whatever I need to do like via it, which is pretty cool.
So
I assume
AI
all devices
in your
will get there.
pocket that you just take out instead of your phone and go, hey, I need to find out this, or where is this?
Yeah, exactly. It's just all voice to voice.
So, but obviously it needs a SIM card.
You can have a SIM card in it as well. Yeah.
Or you can have a SIM card, so it could ring somebody for you. And if not, it's just working off Wi-Fi.
Yep.
Okay.
And
it's like it's like a phone. I actually don't know. I actually don't know what the story is with the camera. I'm more interested in just the voice to voice, and that's all the specs I've looked into before I hit the join the waitlist pre-order option. Okay. But I'm dying to play around with it.
Cash. Doesn't know what the fuck it is. $200. What is it? Go for it.
That's a legitimate business expense.
Write it off. What do you mean write it off?
It's a legitimate business expense. I need to understand
It's a
how this
write-off.
device works in case there's ever going to be an advert on it.
I love it. Instead of goals moving forward with tech, what tech do you hope to get this year? So I'll go first. I'm going to try and get the Osmo, the one I was telling you about, Shan. And I'm going to get, ideally, 2 cameras. I would love to get 2 new cameras, but getting 2 new cameras, the cameras I want would be the bones of €11,000. So let's see how business goes.
Write it off.
Yeah, it's a write-off. So I would look to get the A7S3 Sony and the Sony FX6 cinema line camera. Unbelievable stuff. Just take my work to another level altogether, hopefully. Shan?
I just want to get all of yours and Jen's and Judie's hand-me-downs. I want to spend no money. I was going to wait for you to go, that shit now, Sean can have it. No, I think the Osmo makes complete sense to me, to be honest. And to be honest, really what I want this year is somebody working with me full time. So it's actually a person rather than a piece of tech, but someone that knows how to use that tech, which is becoming a bit of a struggle, I have to tell you, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Judie?
I am I'm going to say, lads, the start of the year is hard for me. Nobody does training at the start of the year. It's been a very slow start to the year. So I'm lucky that I got my operation within this time. So I'm stop spending, just stop buying stuff for a while and live within your means and scale it back. However, when I sell these 2 iPhones, get my 15, then I'm going to save for the Apple Vision Pro because I want to see what's possible within the businesses.
That was mine.
Oh, is it yours as well?
Yeah. It's mine as well.
Because we probably
we'll split it like a divorced couple's child. You can have it at the weekends. I'll have it during the week.
No, we'll just smash it in half and wear one eye each.
I just don't see that. I don't see I get it. It's cool. It's a vibe, but I think that's all it is.
I am more interested. So I never buy Apple's first release of a product. So I'm even as far as the Apple Watch, as in I have the app. Joe, I knew I'd gone too far the day I bought the Apple Pencil. That is where I was this is
£100.
Yeah, this is just ridiculous. I even have the big AirPod Max, AirPods. But I never ever buy Apple's first release of a product unless they're planning on a second or third or whatever. It'll be the 3rd iteration of the Apple Vision Pro that I'll be laser it into my eye. I need it now.
Shan, would you touch it?
Not right now. I'm just not good enough. You guys are much more technical than me. Certainly, yeah. Listen, we just need to get Apple to actually sponsor this podcast and we just test all this shit out. And then I touch it, Jay, because you know me, Miss Thrifty. But no, to be honest, I'm kind of like Jen. I do wait when it comes to Apple. I just make sure everything's. But I've been hooked into Apple now for 15 years. I will never leave. This is my 2nd Mac, and the other one is still working. I gave it to my husband, still absolutely fine. This is my 4th or 5th iPhone. And we know that we don't need gimbals anymore because on this one, it does all that for me. So, yeah, I don't know if I'd touch it. I'd wait for you guys to get it and then I'd get it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Well, I'm still using the Oculus quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
So the Oculus. Yeah. I'm very, very, very good. I would call myself potentially elite status at Beat Saber. Okay.
Beat Saber.
But yeah, I use it a good bit. You can put your whole desktop, you can sync it with the Mac and it's there in front of you and it'll recognize your hands and you can type on nothing, but it's like a keyboard in front of you. And I really like it if it's like one day I had it on and I was just oh, look, I just want to pretend I'm working on the beach for 10 minutes even. And I was just the beach world around me and I was just with the screen and working.
Yeah. The Vision Pro has that surround system where you can literally you move a notch and it just puts you on a beach somewhere or puts you in a calming zen place.
Yeah,
I do get it. I do get it. Do you know what I mean? Even actually, God, we haven't mentioned my husband for a whole pod, so I better mention him now. But when we were following the maps in Manchester the last couple of days, and he was like, why can't you just get that thing that Jen was on about and you put it on your head, and we would see all the streets in front of us. And I was like, yeah, but we'd look mad.
Yeah,
but we'd look mad.
Yeah.
However, working in a beach.
I can't remember the percentage. What it was it came out. All the sales are done. The Vision Pros happened, but it came out then you can't actually access pornography on it. So it was like 25% tried to return it. Actually, of course they did. Like,
that's one thing now that I've never self down on the Oculus. Just give me 10 minutes.
Yeah. Go, you review that and come back to us.
This is my new business plan, by the way.
Yeah. That is it this week, guys. Thank you so much for listening. One thing I would say about this, we said a lot of brands, we said a lot of products. Don't be afraid to try tech. It can be quite daunting. It can be quite over-stimulating. We're like, oh, geez, I can't. It's just too much. YouTube is your best friend. Like I'm completely self-taught on all my tech through YouTube. And it's literally, how do I turn on the iPhone 15? Like literally break it down to the simplest question into YouTube, and there will be an answer there somewhere for you. So I would highly, highly recommend it. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it. As always, review, share, like, comment, DM us. If there is something you heard in this episode that you want to question more, please DM whoever said it. I'm sure they'll help you out, and I'll be happy to help you as well.
Well, they can go straight to our new Instagram page now, can't they?
Correct. Actually, yeah. Unbranded podcast on Instagram. Make sure to follow it, and you can DM us there. And one of us, I don't have access, so whoever has access will get back to you. But if it's a question for me, I'm sure it'll pass on to me. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much. Good night.
Cheers.